Good morning, everyone. My name is Cami Whiting, and today I'm going to be giving my Pecha Kucha presentation on a time that I was sent home from my mission because I hurt my knee and had to get a surgery. And for a little bit of context, before my mission, I already had 2 knee surgeries because of a chronic issue with my knees that I'd dealt with my whole life. It wasn't until about senior year of high school that I was able to meet with different doctors and physical therapists and get a diagnosis and 2 surgeries, one on each knee, to help repair the problem. But these surgeries also left me susceptible to further injuries like the one that happened on my mission a few months later. I'm going to be applying this stressor event to the ABCX model and the double ABCX model, which will help explain the way that I adapted to this event. And the double ABCX model gives us even more factors that influence long-term adaptation and resources and perception of these events. So my stressor event was hurting my knee on my mission, playing volleyball in P-Day. I just came down on it wrong, dislocated, broke my patella, tore a ligament, and was sent home about 2 days later. The pileup here was just a lot of uncertainty, a lot of questions and sadness. My parents were out of town when I got home, so my siblings kind of stepped in. It was Christmas time, so luckily everyone was there, stepped in to help me with getting to appointments. That picture is with some sisters on my mission. The last day we got re-upped on our MSF and I bought everyone canes, and then I went home. Some resources that I had during the stressor event were, of course, my family that supported me, some close friends that were around, my companion, mission nurse, doctors, physical therapists, my ice machine that was constantly running before and after my surgery. And some internal resources were my own resilience, my experience with knee injuries, and my testimony of the gospel and that everything would be okay. My perception was initially a lot of denial and sadness. I felt really lost and didn't understand why I needed to go through yet another surgery, especially when I was having a lot of success on my mission. I was starting to feel a lot of purpose in the work after a hard start. But I think some perceptions that built up over time were being able to focus on the little victories and the little blessings while I was home, and being able to ask the Lord, what can I do with this time? Who can I serve? What can I learn? The crisis level and outcome was basically I went home, I took some classes online, I worked, I spent a lot of time with family during this kind of awkward transition period. I painted, made cookies with my little brother, and I spent time on campus and at work just making do with my situation. While I was home, I also was able to go to my brother's wedding, which was really special. And I also got to go see my mom sing in conference, and this picture of me in a razor is a stake youth activity that I was able to go to and speak at about missionary work and connect with a lot of youth about the importance of serving a mission and the wonderful experiences that I had already had in those 6 months of serving in California. I also was able to spend some time with my grandpa as he battled dementia and lived in a resting home, and he then passed away a few months after I went back out on my mission. These pictures on the right are with some sisters that served in California with me. We were able to go back and visit, and I was able to see my companion, which was really special. And then after about 5 months in recovery, I was cleared to go back on my mission to my original reassignment in France, which was really amazing and a huge blessing, even after that kind of hard transition period. I think some ways that I adapted well to this stressor was I developed a lot more resilience and compassion for others going through trials. I think the timing of it was divine. I think that I needed to be in France 6 months later than I might have intended to, and I needed to be there right at that moment to have the companions I did and to work with the individuals. And yeah, I think another way that I adapted well was just through a lot of really hard work, through physical therapy. Through my surgeries and knee issues, I found a love for running and mindfulness and just running to heal and not to go really fast. And then I started to really love it and love distance running, and eventually was able to run a half marathon and a full marathon. Some ways that I didn't adapt as well is, especially at the beginning when I came home, I just felt really isolated. I felt really unproductive. It was so hard to just feel like peace and comfort because I was doing something with so much purpose and so busy all the time to doing nothing and feeling lost and just sad. I struggled with a lot of uncertainty, and it was also just a lot of heavy physical and emotional toll. Physical therapy is painful and slow and hard, and every day I would just work towards one more degree further that I could bend my knee. And it was just hard to get through that. But through all of this, I really and truly strengthened my testimony. I was able to go back out to France. I was paired with this sister who served in my reassignment and in my MTC district, which was really special. And I learned so much through this experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world, even though in the moment it was really hard to adapt. Thank you so much.